We're recording the live output.
All right, let's do it.
Just in case you're wondering.
All right.
Bring your mic down just a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
3, 2, 1. Hey there, boys and girls. We are back with another episode of This Week in Media. We are recording this in Leo Laporte's TWiT.tv headquarters, so some of you may have seen it or parts of it on the web already early in the week, and the rest of you who are listening on iTunes or on our site or on, maybe some pirate sites that are sending around This Week in Media. We welcome you back. So this is the first time...
This is the first time we've ever done it.
So you haven't recorded here at Leo's studio?
No, this is actually the first. You're a big guinea pig, so we're going to see how this turns out.
And what's really funny is it looks like Alex is in charge because he's sitting at the desk. Actually, Alex is in charge of all the technical stuff. I don't do any of that. I'm Daisy Whitney with Television Week magazine and also with the new Media Minute. Alex, of course, is here as always. Alex with Pixel Core.
That's me.
Good to have you here running the board, Alex. Thank
you
very
to be here.
much for doing that.
I admit that while people are watching, I'm going to be a little. Rough on this because Leo is like an octopus. Like he's sitting there talking and he's doing all this at the same time. It's really hard. Just in case if those people who are watching live and those listening, if you talk, that's all I have to say.
So you should feel for Alex. You should have a little bit of empathy for him. We're not asking for sympathy. We're asking for empathy. And also, Susan Bratton is joining us. Susan, thank you.
Hello, Daisy.
Susan.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Susan is with, as regular TWiM listeners know, is with Personal Life Media. She is the CEO and is a network of 40 audio
40. Good job,
podcasts in the self-empowerment, Web 2.0, make your business sing area. So thank you for coming out. We have a threesome today. We've kind of been, we often have 4 guests, but recently we've been enjoying having 3 guests from time to time because it allows us to really kind of dig into things. Everyone gets time to speak. So we'll go back and forth and experiment with our number of guests as we experiment with so many things. Now, before we get into the news, Alex, I've had some offers from listeners to do show notes. And we need to, somebody had what I thought was a really clever suggestion. I don't know if it's going to work. Because one of the things that I know this is going to surprise all of you listeners out there. But Alex doesn't like to do anything until he can do it well. Okay? Until he can automate it and, template it and make it work and flip it, for the next 200 weeks of our lives. So basically we had a listener who suggested that listeners do show notes, but kind of do it in exchange for having their show promoted on the show. Sort of saying,
oh, yeah, thank you from someone from a certain show.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you from Opera Digest or whatever it is for doing our show notes this week. And I like the idea, but the risk, of course,
is that we'll start it and we won't be able to continue it.
Exactly. Yeah, so I wrote back and said, I really like this idea, but I know that Alex really wants to have a consistency with the show notes, that if we're going to do them, there has to be an expectation. And I know you're big on this too, Susan. It's like if you say you're going to do something, you can't just do it one week. Because, look, we know that listeners want show notes. We know that. We've heard that. We want to deliver them. And if you think we're dragging our heels, fine, so be it. But we're dragging our heels because we want to make sure that you don't get ticked off at us because we have them 2 weeks and then the next week
because what will happen
somebody doesn't want to do it.
Right now what we get is we get a complaint. Tim complains.
It's Tim Street, one of our guests. He gives us a hard time.
It's like a ongoing. It'd be really great if we had show notes, and so it would. So he complains, and then we get a couple other people who listen to Tim, and then they complain. But the thing is, I know that if we created them and then we didn't continue it, it would be
right.
Then everyone would complain. Right. So we're working on a bunch of stuff internally as well. So, but if you're interested in doing that, if you're interested in helping us with that show note, who should people email?
Well, they should probably email me because I actually read most of my emails. Alex only reads notes if I special code them for him. I'm not going to tell any of you.
Code?
I'm not telling any of you.
We will not be talking about that on live.
If you're paying attention because you're copied on some of them, you know the special code. I'm not telling anybody the special code to get Alex to read.
I'm going to have to go back and dissect your notes and see if I can figure it out.
There is a special code in the subject line. Dr. Kiki knows it too. we know how to get Alex to read our notes. And then we can. And I would be open, and I'm just floating this out here for the first time. If there was somebody who wanted to do that every week, who is a podcaster, and we could say, show notes are produced by so-and-so of, we love our dogs.tv, or whatever it is. I'm happy if somebody is making the effort to do our show notes. I'm happy that they get the promotion every single week. So maybe we put that out there, and if there is a listener who is interested in doing that in exchange. This is sort of our barter economy here. For every week being credited as a person who does the show notes, fine. But I think we need a commitment. I think we need to start with, okay, you're willing to do this for 6 months, and if you don't, we will hold your feet to the fire and burn them.
We will talk on our show about how bad your podcast is. It's really we'll give you a critique. The audio really stinks in that podcast, and they don't really talk about anything. Oh, wait, that's our show.
That's what people say about us when they get mad at us.
What about a transcript? It's a lot easier than, just having someone do the show notes. You could just have them transcribed with a professional transcription
we've
service.
We've actually been working on that.
Yeah, I've got a good transcription service.
We actually do a lot of transcription services for clients, and the main thing is making sure that we have consistent advertisers that make it worth it, because the transcription for a 1-hour show, for us anyway, at least the one that we've been looking at, is about $90 or $100, and we just want to make sure
adds up on a monthly basis.
It does, and so we just got to make sure that we have stuff coming in.
Well, what about having a sponsor the transcripts? That's another option. Maybe there's a company out there that would like to.
Transcripts provided by.
There you go.
Hey, we're all about like a dollar. And hey, I'm thinking as a recession special, I might start selling T-shirt space in the New Media Minute. Okay, you got a cool T-shirt? $50, all right? I'll wear it for the
but it has to be a cute baby tee.
I'm picky.
Right.
Yeah,
no see-through. Yeah. I've learned all this.
Yeah. I know it's a big surprise, but I'm not going to wear a see-through T-shirt in my New Media Minute. Yeah.
Oh, we lost it. We lost the camera right while it was on. Pin that down just a little bit.
Do we wait or keep talking?
No, we can keep on talking.
Okay. All right, so let's go into business. Do we have an ad?
No, we don't.
Well, that stinks. We should have an ad. Let's make one up.
It's not that I'm bitter.
No, we're not upset about it. Okay, so
let's talk about
big news.
Wait, I got it. Let's talk about Pellegrino.
Yeah, exactly. So big news in the media business. Obviously, people have been talking about this, and I think we need to reflect on it. Is changes in the print business. Rocky Mountain News is gone now. San
Francisco Chronicle,
and the San Francisco Chronicle is, frankly, probably on its way. It's hard to envision a scenario where
they basically said we're going to shut down if someone doesn't buy us, and you're kind of like, that would be kind of like getting a ticket for the Titanic after it hit the iceberg.
Who wants to buy it? I mean, the Rocky Mountain News couldn't find a buyer, so I'm not sure who's going to buy the San Francisco Chronicle. It's funny. As I've mentioned my husband many times on the show. I mean, he's obviously an avid consumer and listener and reader of new media and technology news. And he said that one of the things that the Chronicle did after making this announcement last week was say, well, we're going to have a new color production press printing our newspapers. That'll make the difference. Because that's what newspaper readers are clamoring for, new color production. It's a shame, but I don't know. Susan, I mean, do you envision a scenario where the Chronicle stays around?
I don't. Sad to say. I don't know. How's The Guardian doing? Maybe they could acquire some assets or something like that. I have no idea
do
how
any of us,
could be.
Who reads the Chronicle?
Yeah, I don't.
No, I don't. I hate to say this. I hate to be all Darwinian, because I obviously feel for everybody who is going to lose a job, for everybody that's lost a job. But I think to some degree that's what's happening right now, is we're really seeing, maybe we didn't need, I had to say.
You're a journalist.
I'm a journalist, but maybe
you're cutting off your own sheet.
I know, but maybe we don't need all of these media outlets. Maybe there are too many, and you know what? The strongest will survive. I mean, if there's not going to be enough ad dollars to support them all, then this is what this economic change is all about. It's really sifting through, who's got the right business model. And the fact is, and I haven't studied specifically what the Chronicle has done or hasn't done, so I'm not speaking as an insider. But why is it that a newspaper in San Francisco, in the epicenter of new media and .com and Silicon Valley, has not made a significant enough play in the online space to be a viable online-only publication? People go to SFGate, but why can't they survive as an online-only publication? If any newspaper should be able to, it should be this one.
Well, but I think one of the problems is SFGate is really, it was ahead of its time when they launched it in 1995, and they haven't really changed it since. And I think that's the problem.
Do you think you should upgrade your design every year?
I don't update my design every year.
We don't on Pixel Core TV.
we do it once every 5 years. So, but I think that one of the things about this is that we have to look at also whether it makes sense in the world that we're in now to have national writing or national events be written about by every local newspaper in existence. One of the reasons we have this big group is because, we should listen to the national events through the lens of the San Francisco. But most of us are going to CNN.com. We're going to NewYorkTimes.com. We're watching Fox News. Well, some of us are watching Fox. Evidently, a lot of people are watching Fox News.
Wow.
We're watching whatever those, all those national outlets. It doesn't make sense to have local reporters talking about national issues for the most part, because it doesn't, they're now reinventing the wheel. They're competing now with AP or Reuters, and a lot of them just put AP and Reuters in. I mean, that's how they handle a lot of that. But the question is you're printing more papers, you're doing more, you're doing all these extra things to cover an area that people are really researching online.
It made sense when online news wasn't so significant, when all you were getting,